You just mentioned that you feel like TikTok Shop is still undersaturated, even though it's been present in the UK for quite some time now. Does that show in the return of ad spend? If you compare it to Meta, are they pretty much on par these days? How does that look like on your end of the view?
Yeah, I still think it's like undersaturated in some ways. It's not as competitive as say a meta algorithm, and I think you can see that in sort of CPMs. Although that gap has been closing quite quickly. ROAS wise, like we always look at like we need to achieve the ROAS that works for the business. So we can make TikTok work for brands in the same way we can make Meta work based on their unit economics and what they need to achieve from a channel for it to make sense. I would say that TikTok, one thing around TikTok Shop that is worth noting is like it is a lot more offer led. It is a channel that relies on offers. You cannot capture customer information in the way you can on a website. That has an impact on AOV and first time customer value. It also has an impact on future value of those cohorts. So there's a consideration around the type of customer you're attracting, the offers that are required to drive that acquisition, and how that then plays out for the business over time. But if you can do the right calculations and you set the strategy out for TikTok Shop for your brand with intention, I think it can be as powerful as Facebook in growing awareness and new customer revenue, for sure right now.
I saw on your website while doing my research that you spend well over 1 million per month across your different D2C customers on ads. And to me, as an outsider, that's just a wild number to read. Can you break that down a little bit? Like, what part of that amount goes into actually producing the ads? How much of it is just what you pay the platform to run the ads? And how much is, in the case of TikTok Shop, commissions that then go to the creators?
So for different platforms, we're spending like about 30 million a month on Facebook right now. So we're spending a lot on Meta.
30.
Yeah, we're spending a lot
Oh
on
my God.
Meta, and we're probably making between 2 to 5 thousand ads a month, depending on how you look at that. And we're creating those ads for clients and then putting them into the ad algorithm, and that budget sort of sits separately to the spend. Um, so yeah, we're moving a lot of volume on Meta, and it's about how do we continue to grow spend on behalf of clients whilst achieving that CPA or CAC target that represents a good outcome for them on a customer by customer basis. On TikTok, um, obviously it's slightly different from a spend and affiliate perspective. We're looking at it through the lens of like creating a pretty clear plan and forecast whenever we're working with a new brand on there. We're setting out like we need to go aggressive in months 1 and 2 to generate volume. Volume is a signal to affiliates that this is a good brand to work with. You're going to then create this flywheel effect of more creators, more content, more affiliates, ability to spend greater and greater amounts over time. So we're setting quite aggressive commission structures month 1 to 2, really trying to generate success, generate that volume, and then we can sort of tear that down over time as we get that ecosystem set up. But yeah, in terms of splitting that out, a lot of the spend that you see from us on TikTok is direct into the channel, into the ad platform, and we treat that budget for creators and creative separately. But obviously, it can be quite heavily focused on just product seeding. So if you've got great gross margin, TikTok can be a TikTok shop can be a very effective channel because you're just seeding out a couple of hundred, 300-400 products a month, but then you're getting that content back, and that provides the engine for you to then spend and scale. So yeah, it's all about trying to get that content engine working on channel in the first couple of months to allow us to then scale spend that aggressively.